worries. Let's get to our next topic. It's brought to us by Monarch Money. Most people can't name all their financial accounts or even what they're worth, whether it's 401ks, properties, or investments. And when you don't have the full picture, you could end up leaving money on the table. That's where Monarch Money comes in. It's an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings you your entire financial life in one place. It's easy to use interface on your phone, your laptop, makes seeing everything in one spot easier than ever. Monarch does the heavy lifting for you. You can link all of your accounts in minutes, see the clear data, get smart categorization of your spending, and finally feel in control of your money without ever touching a spreadsheet. Don't let the financial opportunities slip through the cracks. If you use promo code LOCKEDONNFL at monarchmoney.com in your browser, you get half off your first year. That is 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com using promo code LOCKEDONNFL. Tyvis, you just mentioned Anthony Richardson in your final question there to Mike Sando, and as you mentioned, he has lost the starting quarterback job in Indianapolis. His agent has come out, said he's very upset with the Colts. They feel like they betrayed him and his client's trust. The Browns have, right now, 6 quarterbacks on their roster, if you include Tyler Huntley and Deshaun Watson. So I'm going to ask you this genuinely seriously, Tyvis. Is it worth attempting to bring in Anthony Richardson as a 7th quarterback because of his upside, or are you just completely out and we're more comfortable rolling with the quarterbacks currently in this room?
I've been out on Anthony Richardson since the day he was at Florida, so therefore I would stand on that. I will stand 10 toes down on that decision and say, no, I would not.
What's up with him? He's just immature?
He's young.
Yeah.
But he is who he is, though.
Is he never going to change? I mean, he's young. He can't.
You go look at his high school stats, go look at his college stats, and then go look at his NFL. They pretty on par. They pretty all about the same.
See in him?
A guy that went to the combine and did unbelievable things.
So it's all about
decided to take a ball and throw it and hit the ceiling or something, and they was like, "Oh my God!" Same thing, Jamarcus Russell.
So you're just saying he's not an NFL quarterback, and he will never be.
I mean, I'm not gonna say never, but he's got a long way to go, which is what Mike said. Same thing. Like you really gotta take him and development him and break everything down, get rid of bad habits, and really teach him the game. Like that's kind of where he's at.
I think I agree. There's enough physical tools that I see. I totally get why. I mean, look how big and strong and fast he is, and how good his arm is. I see why NFL teams would be infatuated with him. But he needs to go to a place that has an established veteran toward the end of his career, where you can take time with him and sort of, strip off all of the bad and try and bring
does any team have patience for that?
He needs to go somewhere that has a great quarterback coach, like or somebody that does well with developing quarterbacks, like Kyle Shanahan or Kevin O'Connell or something like that. Like he needs somebody that's gonna break the game down in a way that he sees. Sean McVay, like he needs something like that to become, but like no pressure to start right now. Like we don't need you. We trying to get you right.
He can't even be the backup. He's got to be the 3rd string or 4th string.
Well, McVay makes sense because of how much longer does Matthew Stafford have? So that's sort of where I was going with it.
Right.
And they really kind of tried it very briefly with Baker there, and now it turns out Stafford. I mean, I thought at the time Stafford was at the end, and here he still is. So who knows? Maybe Stafford plays another 3-4 years.
Right.
But if you're going to do this with a guy, then it has to be a situation where you've got time. Browns don't have time. They've already got 2 rookies that they're trying to get a look at. They're trying to develop. We've already said they're taking the quarterback at the top of the draft next year. I don't think Anthony Richardson's going to change that. I get why he's tantalizing, but ultimately I think I would pass.
I'll trade Dillon Gabriel for him. Let's go.
Well, I mean, you could probably get him for less than that.
Wait a minute. Isn't the Colts the team that runs RPOs a lot?
Yes.
Shane Steichen? Oh, Dillon Gabriel be right where he need to be then.
Yeah.
Oh, he'd be unbelievable there. That's right back to Oregon days. He'd be fine.
I mean, he is a poor man's Daniel Jones, so good thing they spent
he might go there and light it up.
All right, Mike.
Last thing real quick on Anthony Richardson.
Oh, boy.
It just asking them, we'll move on because I want to talk some Guardians, and we got one more Browns topic to get to. But in terms of Richardson, drafted 4th overall by Indianapolis, immediately thrust into the starting lineup. He barely played in college. He's played 1,700 snaps total since he graduated high school, between college and his 13 games in the pros. He's been injury prone. When we look at how we evaluate quarterbacks moving forward in the last 2 years, even going back to Anthony Richardson's class, guys like Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels, who played forever in college, have come in with tremendous success and right away were able to kind of pick up and grasp an NFL offense. A guy like Anthony Richardson, who played 1 year in college and then immediately thrust in, has struggled to grasp that aspect of it. Do you think guys like Richardson, juxtaposed to a Daniels and a Nix, is going to change the way teams look at quarterbacks moving forward?
No, because unlike Jason, it stuns me. It has stunned me for years that Jason just assumes people working in football are smart. As one of the smartest guys I know in the business, I'm stunned how lost you are on that. This assumption that because a guy works in the NFL, he knows more than you do is crazy. There's plenty of idiots working in the NFL.
I disagree with that.
Oh, no.
I do.
You don't think there's idiots working in the NFL? You don't think there's tons of groupthink in the NFL?
Wait a minute. I'm sure that there are idiots, but not in GM and head coach position, other than Freddie. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That was unbelievable. Freddie Kitchens is a head
Browns
coach.
have had a lot. You think Joe Banner was a quality NFL GM? You really think?
Wait a minute. How can you sit there and say Freddie and then say you don't believe that there?
Well, that's the one that came to mind.
Makes sense.
No, that's the one that came to mind. I was like, well, there was Freddie.
David Shula, Rich Kotite. I can give you a list.
Well, I mean, that was a long time ago. I'm sure there were idiots 30 years ago.
Yeah, there's still plenty of idiots. And, see, the problem now has become that there's also a segment of football, like we have in baseball, where the nerds have taken over. And I'm pro-nerd. I'm very pro-nerd. And I'm very pro-analytics.
Nerds.
The problem is when the nerds don't balance eyes and humanity, that's when you get into trouble on that way too.
Totally agree.
And there is some of that happens.
Yes, there's some of that happens here.
100% happens here.
In this town with the football team,
yes,
it is at times too analytically driven.
Yes.
And they lose the human touch of it.
Yes, and that's a problem.
Thoroughly agree with that.
One of the things that stood out to me the most, when Theo Epstein said, I didn't become a good GM until I realized you have to balance analytics with human beings. And the teams that do it best are the teams that win, 100%.
I agree with that.
And so I don't think everybody, just because they're working in the NFL, knows what the hell they're doing. Yes, there's obviously some of them do. The best people certainly do. But just because you're working in the NFL is not a pass that you know what you're doing. There's nepotism just like there's anything else.
Of course, yes.
And stuff like that.
I'm talking at the highest position.
Sure. The highest, yes. In general, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But no. There's still going to be teams like the Colts that get caught up, that ignore everything they see in reality, in games, and see a combine and go, I can fix him.
Well, I just want to know how many
coaches' cockiness can get in the way sometimes.
Oh, for sure.
How many players have went to the combine and did something unbelievable and then went to the NFL and actually was good?
Not
Aaron
many.
Donald.
What did Aaron Donald do at the combine?
He had the fastest 3-cone shuttle or whatever one drill was.
Yeah.
He broke 2 or 3 different records.
Is he the only one?
Was he not great in college?
He jumped from what people thought was an undersized defensive tackle as a second-round pick to a top 15 guy. I don't know if he's the only one. He's just the one that always comes to mind.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, there are these workout freaks, and it feels
Jonathan Vilma.
But again, it feels like it doesn't happen as much as I remember. Wasn't Mike Mamula a big workout freak?
Steve
You remember
Edman?
him? There's a couple guys that
Darius Hayward-Bay.
just went,
John Ross.
tested off the charts. Like in the 90s, it feels like guys would go nuts at the combine and they would jump. And then
I think they're not as bad, but I still think there's a level of getting caught up in athleticism and getting caught up in the cockiness of the coach or the GM that they can take this guy who's very raw, and teams and organizations are not patient to develop guys either.
That's it. There's just you have to know when you take Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
We're committing 3 to 5 years, and nobody's going to give that kind of time.
No.
So
and that's if he matures. Obviously he's raw and apparently is immature, so that's a bad combination in the modern NFL.
I found an article from Bucky Brooks. This is from 2014, so this is 10 years ago. But he listed for each of the previous 5 years the biggest athletic freak who jumped up the boards and the biggest flop. You ready for some of these freaks?
Yeah.
2013 was Tavon Austin.
Bust.
Decent NFL career.
No, he wasn't. He was just a return guy. And
I don't even know that name.
he was
What?
I don't know that name.
You don't know who Tavon Austin
And the
is?
remember the Hard
West
Knocks.
Virginia?
Remember the Hard Knocks with the Rams when they gave
Small
him a
receiver
contract
got to the
extension
Rams?
with Jeff Fisher?
I do.
He got like the second best highlight tape of
Remember
all
they
time.
gave him that
College
contract
contract
extension? It was
absurd.
so stupid. He did nothing on his rookie contract,
Who?
and then they gave him an extension. Tavon Austin.
I don't even know that name.
He
You
sucked.
don't know who Tavon
I don't know that name.
is.
I was covering the NBA.
That's messed up.
Total bust.
I got a rip on
That
my
guy was a
phone
total
to be
bust, Mike. I
covering
don't know what you're talking
Tavon
about.
at Dallas.
What was his best year as a receiver?
He had
His second year with the Rams, probably. I don't
his
even.
first year with the Rams. He had 509 yards, 3 touchdowns.
That was his best year. You said he was an okay player. He was a total bust. He was
He's a
enough.
really good return. You're right. I'm overrating.
He was
Okay.
a good return guy, but he stunk as a receiver, and they paid him like a receiver.
2012,
Yeah.
Don Terry Poe. the
Yeah, I remember
defensive
Oh,
tackle.
he from the Chiefs.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
was good.
He turned into a 2-time Pro Bowler, so decent.
Okay. He doesn't stink.
2011, J.J. Watt.
He's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He worked out.
Hall of Fame career.
I'm going to read you
I've
in
heard of him.
2010. I'm going to read you the workout guy he said had the most disappointing workout
Yeah.
and then the most impressive because both these guys panned out. Worst was Joe Hayden.
Oh, wow.
That's because Joe ran that 4.5.
The best, the workout freak. You ever heard of him? Earl Thomas? Tyvus, are you familiar with one Earl Thomas?
Mentioned him a
Never
time or
heard
two.
of him in my life. I wonder. You say he had the best?
The best.
Yeah, I believe it. That dude's he's a football guy.
According to this little write-up, he came into the day as a day 2 pick and left as a guaranteed lock to go in the top 15, ended up
Wow.
going 14th.
Wow.
And then 2009, 2 guys I'm unfamiliar. Well, I know their names, but Jared Cook was the freak, and Andre Smith was the flop.
So Jared Cook
Wait, Jared Cook, the tight end?
was a tight end.
That's the dude. I
Andre
checked-
Smith, of course, got drafted by the Bengals.
One
He
catch.
sucked.
I remember him.
One
Oh,
catch.
he's a fat
One
bastard.
catch, 8
Oh, I can't-
yards. Jared
That's
Cook.
twice.
Bastard. You can't say bastard.
No.
Who you say was the second person?
Man, I got to get used to this new routine.
You know what? Jared Cook was a 2-time Pro
No, he was a
Bowler.
decent player,
Yeah,
Jared.
he ended up. Yeah.
One
you know what?
catch, 8 yards. Full game. Tyvis Powell's only
Yeah, but
assignment was
Tyvis,
to
we're not
go
talking
up
about one
against
game.
Jared
We're
Cook.
talking about he had a nice career.
One catch, 8
Andre
yards.
Smith
Wasn't
was
he
a
like
total
a high
bum.
first-round pick?
Yeah, they drafted him the first every time.
No, Jared Cook went in the 3rd round.
No. Andre
No,
Smith.
Andre
Oh,
Smith
first-
was
yeah,
a
he was
first-round
first
pick by the
round, yeah.
Bengals.
High
I
first
knew he was going to stink the second they drafted him because they don't know how to. They don't know what they're
Was
doing.
he like Alabama? Where'd he go to school?
Yes, Bama.
Yeah.
Bama.
He was terrible. They love drafting these fat offensive linemen who don't pan out. Although to be fair to them, the kid they drafted last year looks like he's going to be a player.
Well, it's a Georgia kid. That's why they
yeah.
changed SEC
I like
schools.
him. I think he's good.